Charlotte, the biggest threat for firefighters will be this afternoon.
Yeah, Tim and Janie, the most dangerous period is going to be just after lunchtime today. So we do have the likelihood of seeing some fires that could be sparked by the high temperatures, the gusty winds, low humidity. It is a pretty awful combination. And throw into the mix the potential of having dry thunderstorms, which could bring lightning. Now, any fires that have already been sparked during the day are going to be threatened by a very strong cool change that will be moving through very slowly. It'll be reaching Broken Hill in Western New South Wales by around nightfall. Now, that could make it harder for firefighters to contain the blaze with those wind directions changing, moving the direction that the fire is burning. The New South Wales RFS is asking all residents to make sure that they are prepared.
Being the weekend, many of us are probably around the house trying to mow lawns and trim back branches and clearing out gutters, and that needs to be maintained. Importantly, ask yourself those three questions. When are we going to go? Where are we going to go? And what are we going to take? So by doing that now, you're not trying to make decisions at the last minute if a fire actually starts to move towards you.
At this stage, there is a fire burning in Fraser Island in Queensland. Tourists have been warned to steer clear of the island, with that fire really likely to spread quickly over the coming days. There's also a fire in South Australia near the Barossa Valley, near the town called Roseworthy. Now, that fire has been contained, but residents around that area are told to be on high alert. Obviously, this year, COVID has meant so many changes for so many of us. It's also affected the way that firefighters are fighting these blazes.
No, look, we've obviously implemented a number of things with our brigades over the last few months. We've seen a slight softening of those things, like as in minimum crews on trucks. But look, we're well aware of what we need to do. But normally, as firefighting anyway, they're out of vehicles and spread across areas as well. But obviously, it's something that's going to be in the forefront of everyone's mind, especially if we start to see things like mass evacuations. But we'll work with authorities to try and implement where we can, obviously, those measures, taking into account, obviously, the risk to people with fires as well.
Light rain is going to follow across parts of Victoria and South Australia. It won't be enough to extinguish any blazes, but it will reduce the risk and certainly bring a cooler change. Janie and Tim, obviously a big concern for Australians going into another bushfire season. It was only a year ago that Australia saw one of its worst bushfire seasons on record. Everyone hoping that we don't see a repeat of that again this season.